Well, hello, you guys. I am back in the saddle again. Back in my studio. Feels good to be back. How is everyone doing in the chat? I hope you all are having a great Friday, a wonderful Juneteenth. It is a national holiday. Banks are closed. People are celebrating the freedom of all Americans. Mike Bulmer, welcome into the chat. Mama Shadow, you were number 2. Let's see, John Legend, the legend, Black Hat team, how are you? Good to see you all. Peace of my mind is missing. What is going on? What is going on? I could throw out some other random names that are also potentially watching that are not saying anything in the chat, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I hope you all are having a great start to your Friday. No, I did try to go to the bank this morning and they said, no, it's a long weekend. I said, okay. So, but welcome back. This show is powered by the Gokhshtein News Network and sponsored by our good friends over at Market Cipher as well as Personas. Hello, Peace of My Mind. Welcome in. I was just thinking we can't get the show started without Peace of My Mind. There we are. You guys, I do have to tell you though, I don't know what's wrong with YouTube. YouTube must think that I'm special kind because look at this. It's trying to get me to play this. It's like a meditation. It's like a meditation. Anyway, you guys, I'm like a special kind. So now they're sending me meditations for the special kind. I should really be careful with what I say because I forget that my phone is listening to me. And sometimes I just, I just like to be silly. I just like to be silly. So I hope everyone's having a great start to their Friday. I have a new video, a new commercial that was sent to me from Personas. I did not get a chance to get that loaded in time. So no new commercial for you guys. No new commercial from our sponsor for today, but we do have the old commercial from our sponsor. So let's check it out. If you've ever lost a family member, you may have tried to preserve their memory. At Personas, we're bringing that memory back to life. Photorealistic, AI-generated, custom voice, and storytelling to your AI avatar. You can create a family tree and tell your stories. Personas is reimagining legacy at personas.com. From family tree to a living museum, the only limit is your imagination. At Personas, you can build your digital relative, hero, or historical figure for zero cost out of pocket. Check out personas.com. Is my hair good? You guys, that was just for me to fix myself. That was a hair break. You guys. So yes, Personas is fun. I'm going over there and loading my memories on there. And if you guys did not see over on my YouTube, I posted a video. I rode some e-bikes. You guys, it went how you guys think it went. It did not go smoothly. It did not. Was not a smooth ride on the e-bike. So first of all, I should have heard the sounds of the saxophones getting louder as the guy was telling me, well, you have to be careful when you stop because if you just stop with this side, it's only going to stop the front and you need to stop with both sides. So it'll stop the front and the back. Because if you just stop the front, the back of the bike is heavy and it will flip over the front of the bike if you're going fast enough. So yeah, Poe Man, he says rode or fell off. I was riding just fine. I will tell you, I should not have been texting and driving because that's what I was doing. I had my phone out and I thought in my mind, oh my gosh, this is going to be so cool. I'm going to get some clips of me on the bike. It's going to look so whimsical. No. So what happened was I was going along the bike path on the beach. And where like the lifeguard headquarters is this big building. And so there's a road that people very rarely access just to get to this lifeguard headquarters. And it just so happens that when I'm on my e-bike hauling booty and I got my phone out, here comes this guy, and I don't know if he sees me coming or not. And I'm trying to slow down, and this janky old rusty rental e-bike. No, I was not inebriated. I was not. I have not drank alcohol in like 4 years. I'm sure this guy was a CHP. I'm sure he thought I had been drinking alcohol. I'm sure he could have given me a breathalyzer test, though. That would have been really funny if he would have like made me do the whole like field sobriety test because I was, texting and driving my e-bike down the promenade. Why do I do this stuff to myself, you guys? I have this big owie. Let me see. Can you see it? Hold on. I can't give you guys free feet pics. Hold on. See it? That's the owie. It's definitely... my leg is fat. Like if I show you my other leg, I got like got skinny legs, right? But this one is kind of fat. It's kind of fat. And I keep forgetting that I injured that leg. And so like I'll go to climb in bed and I smash my leg again. And I'm like, ow. Why do I do this to myself, you guys? I should just stick to the kayaks. So, speaking of kayaks, here's what I found out. I can take the kayaks out on a boat, and the boat will drop me off at an island, and I just got to pack a sandwich for myself. The boat will come back for me at 4 p.m. So I just have to survive on the island all day with my kayak, but there are some caves that I can explore. So that it sounds like it's way, peace of my mind. I see what you're typing in there. He says any gummies or any puffs. So I'm not going to say. We're going to plead the fifth on this one. We're omitting that part. Okay. Yes. This is California. We're California sober. So anyway, so now I'm thinking I need to just stick to the water. I'll stick to the kayaks. I'm sure me in my kayak rowing, I'm a lot less troublesome in a kayak. I think the only thing that could be scary is like if I hit my head in the cave while I'm kayaking, like, am I going to like knock myself out and then I'm going to be like adrift in the ocean? You guys, it's Friday. I'm sorry. This show is just totally flying off the rails today. I will say I have been missing my Friday show of flying off the rails and getting a little silly. And there is some stuff that I've been wanting to talk about in pop culture because you guys know we had the Julie and Joxie show and I was talking about pop culture stuff. There's been pop culture stuff to talk about and I don't have the Julie and Joxie show anymore. So now I'm thinking I need to just do my own Friday show to talk about pop culture stuff. Because I kind of want to talk about like what's going on with Jelly Roll and his wife. Like Bunny and them have been both blabbering their mouths about getting divorced after talking about how they were so Christian-y and all that stuff. I have a lot to say about that topic, but that's not this type of show. We're here to talk about crypto, and I've been talking about kayaking and freaking jacking up my knee, my shin on the e-bike. I did have fun though. I did have fun. I think I want to go again and maybe not take out my phone and try and record myself because that's not cool. What I do have my eye on is DJI, which DJI is like it's like a little portable camera thing, tracker. It's supposed to be good for live streaming on the go. They make a drone, and so I really want the drone. And that would be fun. So, but if I'm going to go kayaking on the island, I probably want the drone to go with me, right? See, why do I do this to myself? I should just focus on the kayak. Why am I going to try and add a drone into this? Because we do it for the gram. We do it for the gram. Hold on, I'm going to post this out. You guys, if you're new here, smash the subscribe. I go live every day at 1 o'clock Pacific time talking about all things crypto. And maybe I'll do my second show on Fridays talking about pop culture stuff because I like talking about Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll makes a good topic. Okay, let me quote tweet. Po Man got it. Po Man got the memo. What's up, Po Man? I see you. I see you, Po Man. Come join us. Okay. All right. We're back. You guys, we did not sign the deal with Iran. We did not. So you know what that means? Bitcoin is in the dumps right now. It's in the dumps. Oh, Mama Shadow says Puff Puff is legal in Missouri too. See? That's all right. As long as I have that, I'm okay. Like, I'm okay. Stuff can be like super stressful situation, world falling apart around me. I'm like, I'll go take a quick little smoke break. I'll come back and I will feel great. I'm not talking about the tobacco. I'm talking about the wacky tobacco. Just a little, I don't know. It just relaxes me. Live stream time, Peanut. Thanks for sharing it out. We got Mark Dutch in the house. No, I'm not naked. I might be. It's hot in here. It's hot in here. MOU wasn't signed. No. MOU was not signed. They said, we're not negotiating with you anymore. We're not negotiating with you anymore. We kind of knew that was going to happen, right? Did anybody think Iran deal would get signed? Let's see. The Iran deal will not go through until Blocky approves it. I like it. Blocky's the final say here. Blocky's the final say in whether this is going to be a good year or a bad year for Bitcoin. If you are a numerologist and you're into astrology, then yeah, you would say that Bitcoin's not going to have a good year because it's the year of the rat. Year of the rat, and we're in the year of the fire horse, and the horse and the rat do not get along. It's an enemy sign year. Also, I'm a rat. That is my zodiac sign. Hence why I've crashed my car. I've crashed my e-bike. It's okay. I have a new old car. I'm rocking a Ford Fusion now, you guys. There's a compilation of songs on YouTube. Well, there's a guy, I guess you'd say. He talks about Ford Rangers. He'll be like, yeah, look at that Ford Ranger. And he like just finds all of these just atrocious Ford Rangers from around town. And he always records himself calling out the Ford Ranger. And then some guy, this like EDM artist, picked it up and made like a dance track after it. That's a Ford Ranger. And so anyway, now I have my Ford Fusion. I love it and hate it all at the same time. I call it my effing Fusion. But it gets me to where I need to be. And right now is not the time to take out crypto to buy a new car. So we're just going to have to deal with it. We're in the effing Fusion, for better or for worse. And let me tell you, it never really has ever left me stranded. It gets me from point A to point B. I've made it to Vegas and back. I've made it to LA and back over the grapevine. You know what I won't do? Here's what I'll tell you. I've challenged the Fusion to its limits. And I will tell you, when the Fusion has trouble, when it's hot and I'm going uphill and the air conditioner's going and I'm revving between 4,000 and 5,000 RPMs, then my car is also doing the puff puff pass. And this huge plume of white smoke will just fall over everybody. And it just does it once really quick. Just one good... Everyone will zoom around me. They get terrified that I'm going to end up breaking down. No, it's just a freaking Fusion. Move out the way. Just a freaking Fusion. I started DMing a guy about a car though. And I was like this close. Like, I think I found it. I think I found the car. And then I just decided, I don't know if it's time. It's just not. It's 65,000 Bitcoin. Actually, if we talk about Bitcoin right now, it's at 62,000 Bitcoin. Nobody is selling Bitcoin at this price to buy a freaking car. Yeah, shitty bang bang. That is me. That is me right now. Will the Fusion make it to Denver? That's all my Palmer wants to know. It just depends on the time of the year. It can't be too hot. It can't be too cold. It's got to be just right. It's like the Goldilocks and the Three Bears with the car. No, it's great though. Other than the fact that I have never dumped more oil into a car in my entire life. It literally drinks it. It drinks it. So every 1,000 miles or so, I just dump more in. Just keep it going, guys. She's a beast. I need to name her. I feel like it's bad luck because I haven't given her a name yet. If you guys can think of any good names for the freaking fusion, let me know. We'll give it a name together. So, all right. While we think about that, let's go ahead and dive into some crypto charts. Oh, I didn't even add it to the stage. Well, there you go, guys. Look at that. I'm on a 15-minute chart, and you can just tell we're just in this little consolidation pattern. In fact, I could make it look a heck of a lot worse if I wanted to. This is a 15-minute Bitcoin chart, currently trading at $62,970. Let's see. I'll zoom out a bit. If we zoom out a bit, it doesn't look so much like a consolidation. I'm telling you guys, we're ready to break down to the next level here, though. And the talks with Iran not going well. Well, it kind of sticks in line with that. Looking at us here, we're currently trading with cash flow, money flow in the green here on the market Cipher Beeline. So all in all, it is a Friday, though, and we've had a pretty gnarly week for Bitcoin. So, ooh, wow. I just looked over and saw how it looks with my new background. It's very pink. I don't know if I like that. I kind of before I started the show, I didn't like the black, but when I go charting, I need the black. Do we go back to black? I don't know. I don't like that, guys. Let me go fix it. Is that what I had before? That was what I had before. That looks so much better on my eyes. I don't know, you guys. Maybe I've just been in dark mode on all my apps for too long. Who's LaQuisha and is she single? Oh, in Venezia is 32 degrees Celsius. That is hot. And Venezia, that's special. I actually built a home on Venezia. The street was called Venezia. So Fusion Julie roll. Oh my God, John Legend. You guys are killing me today. You guys are so funny. Venezia, Mark Dutchy. I posted a video of two guys on the patio this morning, just playing a dance track and pouring out some drinks, and it was just such a vibe. I was like, I need to go to Italy. So anyway, Bitcoin is down. Bitcoin is down with the news of Iran and things not going forward with that. There were tons of people that were speculating it wasn't going to go forward anyway, but across the broader crypto markets, everything else is going down with it, with Ethereum currently trading at 1698, and Solana down from yesterday. We were trading at $70 per Solana, currently trading at 68.93. Chainlink down. It was also trading around the $8 range, currently trading at $7.85. I feel like we're going to have more down before we have more up. XRP currently trading at $1.12. Sui trading at 70 cents. Oh, and ADA at 16. Yes, Fractal Fusion. I feel like if I put fractal in the name, I'm just asking for trouble. I don't need another car to end up in fractions. That was bad. That was bad last time. R.I.P. the Lexus. Yes, it's dip time. It's dip time. And you guys, nearing, in my opinion, the end of this bear market, we go down again. It's a gift. It is a gift. And we need to remember that. We all have to find our entries after we have survived a bear market. And guys, it's been down. Look, we're just watching ADA go down here. Let's see. Let's move up to oil. I want to see what oil's doing. Oil's up to 76. So from $70 yesterday. Let's see. Where were we? Yes, we went all the way down to 70-ish range, 72 for a low. But ever since the Iran deal has fallen apart, we're moving back up. So, but there was a little bit of relief at the pumps. I don't know if you guys had filled up your gas at all, but it was not as painful for me, so I like it. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the crypto bubbles. If my screen wants to load it. Hello. Got a bit of a mixed bag across the board. We've got OKB up 5%, but AVAX down 9%. Lab down 29%, guys. Just a mixed bag. Everything mostly following Bitcoin. I don't expect to see major swings with the market being like it is. All right. Let's see. Do I have my comments going? You know what? I just remembered something, guys. It's Friday and it's Blocky's birthday. And we talked about it earlier in the week, but nobody was saying anything today. And I remembered it's Blocky's birthday. So we're going to play Blocky's happy birthday song now. Happy birthday, Blocky.
Ta-da! We baked you a birthday cake.
If you get a tummy ache
And you moan and groan and woe, don't forget we told you so. Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Make a wish, dear, and blow out the candles.
Here they go.
Yay! Happy birthday, Blocky! So happy. I've not been able to wish somebody happy birthday in a while. And I'm like, I know there's a birthday coming. And then I remembered your birthday was coming. Okay, so I'm excited. We sang happy birthday to Blocky. Blocky, happy birthday. Blocky, if anybody wants to send Blocky any birthday Bitcoin, let us know and we will get Blocky's Bitcoin address for you. Yeah, so happy birthday, Blocky. Blowing Blocky. Let's keep it PG, please. Mark, let's keep it PG, please. Dutchy, we're going unhinged. It's Friday. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. And I've had zero gummies. So we don't have to worry about that right now. So, all right. I'm happy I remembered though, because earlier in the week I was like, I probably should have just wished him a happy birthday when we talked about it. Cause sometimes I forget. And I almost didn't go live today just because I was like tired and stuff. So happy birthday, Blocky, though. We all love you, appreciate you, and happy that you did not go missing like our dear friend Brian, who we also miss, who we would like to return. Yes. Moment of silence for Brian. So, Brian, please come back. You're missing the birthday celebration. We've all got gummies. I'm just kidding. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and dive into some breaking news. Do not start with me. Peace of my mind, do not start with me. He told me I'm a tinge of green. Like, I don't know why I turn green sometimes. It just happens. Okay? I don't know. It just does. So, did David Digital come in here? Welcome in, Digital. The man. Yes, we're blowing Blocky for his birthday. Lots of bees. And now we've got the DD. It's just a lot going on in here. But thank you and welcome in. I promise we're going to try and keep it PG because I do prefer to keep the show PG. It just always goes off the rails. So you can thank my ADD for that. All right. Republican lawmakers propose prediction market insider trading ban, not including White House officials. The bill did not specifically bar members of the U.S. Congress from using the platform or making sports bets, but prohibited policy wagers. So let's get into it. Wisconsin Representatives Brian Steele, who chairs the House Subcommittee of Digital Assets, introduced a law preventing certain public officials from wagering on public policy issues and political outcomes. In a Thursday notice, Steele said he had introduced the Stop Lawmakers from Predicting Act. That sounds so funny. Which could bar members of Congress, their spouses, and dependent children from using policy-aligned event contracts on sport prediction market platforms like Kalshi and Polymarket. The bill proposed that elected officials in violation would pay a $2,000 fee or 10% of the value of the prohibited bets on the platform. Imagine though, remember the insider trading with Libra? They made so much money. If you're only going to put like a $2,000 fee or 10%, like that's kind of a small price to pay for selling your insider information. I don't know. I feel like we used to have laws against this and now we're like rewarding people for selling insider information now. It's bizarre to me. The proposed law did not specifically bar U.S. lawmakers from using prediction markets platform or making bets on sporting events, but prohibited wagers on specific government policies, government actions, and political outcomes, presumably including election results. If passed Congress and signed into law by the president, the law could take effect in 180 days after enactment. Steele's bill is the latest attempt by the Congress to address lawmakers potentially using insider information to profit on events contracts. The issue drew attention from many in the public after an incident involving a soldier who allegedly made $400,000 on betting on the removal of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, who was ousted by U.S. forces in January. Although the proposed law follows attempts from other lawmakers to crack down on insider trading on prediction markets, this legislation did not extend to the White House officials, including President Donald Trump, Vice President J.D. Vance, Trump's son, Donald Trump Jr., and his strategic advisor to Kalshi is an advisor to Polymarket, which is also a sponsor of the UFC Freedom 250 event at the White House on Sunday, which, let's add to that, everybody said, oh, these are your tax dollars, but at the same time, it was actually Polymarket and Kalshi who were helping sponsor that event. So, Coin Telegraph reached out to the office for comment, but didn't receive anything back. So, federal regulators are still fighting for control of prediction markets. Under Trump, the CFTC and its chair have claimed that the federal agency had exclusive jurisdiction in regulating and enforcement around prediction markets. The CFTC had already filed multiple lawsuits against state-level authorities restricting or banning the platforms, claiming that under the Commodities Exchange Act, event contracts could be regulated as swaps and not bets. So there's more to come on this and we will continue to follow it. So don't forget to like and subscribe, everyone. Thank you for coming in. Jeremy. You guys go subscribe to his channel. I've been watching him do his live streams in the mornings, or perhaps it's the evenings. I pop in there. I can't remember when. The days turn into nights and the nights turn into mornings. I can't tell them apart anymore sometimes, especially because my days have been starting at like 4 a.m. and I don't like it. Today I had like 5 cups of coffee by like 8 a.m. Like I should not be up at 5 drinking that many cups of coffee before 8 a.m. But yeah, I'm going to take a nap today. So there's that. Okay, Binance's Mika fight to raise questions over the ECB influence. So lawyers say that Mika rules do not bar the European Central Bank from communicating with national regulators during the application process, though crypto licensing decisions remain with members of the state. So I remember our good friend Brian talking about this when he was here. Somebody go tell him to come back in. We miss him. Binance's faltering European Union markets and crypto assets regulating MiCA license applications in Greece has raised questions as to whether they block the central bank and may have played an informal role in the process, despite not having a formal authority over licensing decision. Even though MiCA assigns approval, a crypto asset service provider or CASP license to national competent authorities or NCAs, lawyers told Cointelegraph that its wording does not prevent other EU institutions, including the European Central Bank, from communicating with those regulators, including the review process. Nothing in the MiCA framework could prevent a third party like the ECB from offering its opinion that the national authority on Binance's application. David LaParence found that the LaParence Association, the Big Whale reported on Wednesday, citing unnamed sources, that the ECB president, Christine Lagarde, had signaled to the Greek prime minister that Binance was not welcome in Europe. So, reports followed by Reuters' story on Tuesday say that Greece's market and regulators were set up to reject Binance's MiCA application. So reports surfaced less than 2 weeks before the end of the MiCA transitional period on July 1st, the deadline that will determine which crypto firms can continue to operate across EU under its licensing regime. So it's unfortunate. I hate to see that there being more restrictions put into place when we're trying to make it to where we can all operate in crypto. If you guys missed the follow-up on my mom with her whole story with Robinhood. So she was DCAing Bitcoin on Robinhood, and all of a sudden they locked her account out on May 22nd. She hasn't been able to take any money out or do anything. It said the decision was final and that basically the money was locked. She was freaking out. I helped her get in touch with customer service. It kind of wasn't really going anywhere. I posted about it to X because I was freaking out for her. And then magically, she got a call from Robinhood. She'd updated some security information, added me as the emergency backup contact. And so I don't know if me tagging Robinhood and Robinhood seeing her name made her get some sort of special privilege, but she actually received a call from Robinhood. They said, I'm like your concierge. I'm going to be handling your account. Just so you know, this is why your account was flagged. It was flagged because of the fact that she had been scammed before. So because they consider her high risk from being scammed before, they've put extra security measures in place on her account, but then gave her a direct phone number to call to be able to reach someone if she ever has any questions or any issues with her Robinhood account. So while I started to freak out about Robinhood, how dare they? They're supposed to be one of the closest things to being FDIC insured as you can get. This isn't right, but they ended up coming forward and saying, hey, we're sorry. Here's your account back. But even though they locked her account out, it continued to do the automatic transfer. And so all the money that was being put into her account, even though it was you can't touch this money, but we're still going to take this auto transfer. And you missed the email, so you don't know that anything's happened. And so anyway, she had all of her Bitcoin, but then she had all of her US dollars that came in to the bank since the account was locked. So they still just were hanging on to it. So I just want, if we're going to do this mass adoption thing, it needs to be fair for all and it needs to be easy for people. My mom was freaking out and she had me to rely on, but we need to make it to where people who don't have a me in their house are able to get into their account and not feel like they're having all of their money stolen away from them again. So yes, not your keys, not your Lambo. Yes, my mom does have a ledger. We are going to get her set up. We're going to get everything taken care of, moved off. But yeah, it's one of those learning lessons. And look, the reason that I wanted to stay in crypto, be in crypto, stay in crypto is ever evolving. And when my mom got scammed the first time, it was really upsetting. Like, it was years, decades of her life she'd saved that money and it was gone in an instant. And so I just never wanted that to happen to her again. And she started to feel like, oh my gosh, it's happening all over again. And I'm so lucky that my mom, after being scammed out of $250,000, didn't give up on Bitcoin, but she understands the fundamentals. And so that's why she stayed in Bitcoin. She understands there's only going to ever be 21 million Bitcoin in existence. She understands that you can't print more, whereas the US government can print as many dollars as they want. So she's in it. Like, she understands, she gets it. So I'm proud of her for staying. I'm proud of her for sticking it through. I'm proud of Robinhood for making good on her. And that everything is all kumbaya and we have a good ending to that story this time. So that's why I do what I do. I make sure my friends and my family are all taken care of. And yes, get your mom off of Robinhood. I agree. Yes. So, all right, moving on. Aave survived an $8.45 billion in withdrawals, but risk questions remain. Aave handled an $8 billion in withdrawals without freezing funds, but the episode raised fresh questions about hidden risks in DeFi lending. Let's dive into it, because this is a stress test that showed both strength and weaknesses. When large sums leave a financial system quickly, hidden weaknesses often become visible. In traditional finance, such situations often lead to emergency lending programs, withdrawal limits, or government-backed bailouts. But in DeFi, everything works differently. Aave is when smart contracts was not compromised. The pressure came from an external RS ETH bridge. That incident had affected Aave through collateral, borrowing, and liquidity channels. The protocol's core logic continued to function, but the episode was not smooth. Some markets came under severe liquidity pressure, and emergency controls were used to contain the damage. That made the outcome more complicated, though. Aave avoided a full breakdown, but the event also showed how quickly stress can spread when assets, collateral, and liquidity are closely connected. For Aave founder, the event showed that DeFi had become more mature, but that independent analysts reviewing the same data took a more cautious view. While Aave survived, the question about whether surviving the event was enough to answer for the concerns of the real strength of DeFi lending protocols. So too, what led to the $8 billion in withdrawals? The pressure did not begin with a hack on Aave itself, but it began with the Kelp DAO ETH bridge that was exploited in April of 2026. The attackers stole about $292 million worth of the ETH from the DAO zero-layer bridge. That raised concerns whether some of those tokens were fully backed. The concerns quickly spread because the RS ETH was used across DeFi, including collateral in Aave markets. This created a direct problem for Aave. If collateral tied to the RS ETH lost trust or value, lenders could face bad debt risks. Users began withdrawing funds as they tried to reduce their exposure before conditions became worse. The withdrawals then added pressure under Aave's liquidity. The more users pulled funds, some markets became highly utilized. In simple terms, the most of the available liquidity had already been borrowed or withdrawn, making it harder for some users to exit immediately. The incident showed how an external asset problem still affecting lending protocol, and the DeFi assets often move across bridges, lending markets, and other protocols. A problem in one part of the system can quickly affect another. And that is what made this episode like the DeFi bank run. Users were not waiting for branches to open or banks to approve transfers. They could react in real time, but the event also showed the important limits. Users can only withdraw at any time, but the actual withdrawals still depend on available liquidity and protocol conditions, which, let's be real, at the end of the day, anything you get into, it's all about how much liquidity is actually backed in it. Just like any new coin that comes out, any new thing that is launched, it all comes down to how much liquidity is actually locked. Because if there's not, well, you've got vaporware that's essentially worthless. And again, if everybody pulls all the liquidity before you, then what you have is worthless. So 3, The system held firm. They'd framed the incident as evidence at Aave's resilience, but in his view, the core protocol worked as designed even during a period of heavy stress. That distinction matters. Aave did not survive a protocol exploit, but the markets around it still came under pressure. Let's see. Aave did not suffer a protocol exploit, but the market did come under pressure, which is true. As withdrawals increase, some markets reach full utilization, and that means liquidity becomes limited in those markets, making it hard for some users to withdraw immediately. Aave's risks managers had also used built-in protocols, including emergency freezes and changes to risk parameters to contain the damage. Seen this way, Aave did pass an important real-world stress test, but not without strain. Supporters of the platform point to several features that set DeFi apart from traditional finance. Collateral is visible on-chain, risk settings are publicly available, liquidations follow smart contract rules, and anyone can inspect protocol activity in real time. These features can reduce some of the information gaps that have contributed to banking crises in the past, but they do not remove every risk. DeFi lending protocols can still face problems from external assets, liquidity, bridge shortages, and fast-moving user behavior. To supporters, Aave's survival shows that open, rule-based systems can keep operating under heavy pressure. To critics, the incident showed that transparency alone is not enough. DeFi can still require emergency action when liquidity stress spreads across connected markets. So, survival does not mean safety. So, critics warn against treating every outcome against proof that Aave's design is safe. As with anything, right? So, do you guys use Aave? Let me know in the chat. Do you guys use Aave? I typically do not borrow against my assets. I do not use DeFi lending. Not yet. If anything, I might eventually borrow against Bitcoin for something, but I'm not borrowing anything just yet. Just yet. It's one of those things where it's like I don't want to have to sell any of my Bitcoin. And while you can utilize DeFi protocols to borrow against your Bitcoin or against other cryptocurrencies, at the end of the day, if you default on that, you have to sell your Bitcoin and you lose it anyway. So it's kind of the same thing. You always have to be careful. I'll tell the story all the time about my friend who had all these NFTs and he was taking out loans against NFTs. This is partially why NFTs did so well, because you had protocols that allowed you to borrow against one NFT. So people who had really strong faith in an NFT project, and especially if it was worth, a couple ETH, people would borrow against one, borrow to buy another, and they would do sort of a Ponzi scheme with it. They'd have more than one, but the problem is it's a domino effect of defaulting. And so ultimately, people pay a high price to be able to use these DeFi protocols just to lose assets that they could have held themselves in the first place. So anyway, you guys, that is the show for today. We've made Mike Vollmer bored because we're talking about NFTs. So we're going to have to do something to make it a little more spicy for you, Mike Vollmer. So that's the show for today. I hope you guys all have a great Friday, a great weekend, a great Juneteenth, a great everything. You guys, it is beautiful. I am feeling a timeline shift. I hope you feel the timeline shift too. I feel more positivity. I feel more excitement. I feel like there is just this vibe shift. I don't feel the bear no more, even though the number is down. Yeah, you need some spice, don't we all? All right, you guys, that's the show for today. We will catch you all on the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.